Hey peeps, and welcome to another April channel update. I am doing 2 April updates this month because you may have noticed that I kind of stopped producing videos. Well, I didn't really completely stop, but I want to kind of explain what's going on. So, first things first, I'm going to talk about my real life a little bit and what's going on there. So as you guys know, I started a marketing business about 2 months ago, give or take. And it's just been really busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and I've really had to focus a lot on growing my business. So I've been doing that. I've been doing different things like volunteering with the local chamber in order to get free advertising for my business. I'm doing a workshop next week on SEO and that kind of stuff as another way through the chamber to advertise my business. I've also been really busy with clients. I'm not quite to a full-time income yet, though, which is why I need to really be focusing on growing the business and getting it to the point where it is a full-time, sustainable income. So I have a couple other projects that I have going on, such as I'm doing a visitor's guide type website, a travel website for the area that I live in, that I'm going to try to sell advertising on for businesses to give me some passive income that so I don't have to work as many hours, or if I'm a little short on client work, I still have income coming in. So that's what's going on there, and it's just kept me really, really busy, and I haven't really had as much time for other activities. Which I'm also, as you guys know, a part of a gaming community. I'm in leadership there. I lead a competitive Overwatch team. We don't really compete professionally or anything like that. But, you know, we are hoping to eventually do tournaments or something. So I've been doing that as well, and the gaming community probably takes up about 5 hours of my time a week, which isn't a ton, but on top of my business, that's tying up at least 45, if not 50 to 60 hours is more likely between those two things a week. And normally YouTube stuff takes between 20 and 25 hours a week for me to do. So I just haven't had time to do the YouTube stuff. Also, it's just the time of year it is. It's spring here. It's beautiful. The weather's nice. I want to be outside. I've started working out. I've started eating healthy, which means I'm spending more time like cooking and I'm going in and working out every night, except for on the weekends, but I'm gonna start going to yoga on the weekends. And so that has just kind of taken over part of the hours that I used to use for YouTube stuff. So essentially my life has just got really busy. I'm hoping this summer to get out on the river and float and spend my weekends outside, and I'm gonna go hiking. I have a lot of plans for the summer, and in the summer I just don't like to be cooped up in the house, and doing YouTube kind of coops me up in the house. So those are my kind of personal life reasons that YouTube's kind of taken a back burner these last couple weeks. They're not enough that I would have made the decision to do that. I would have just cut back. However, there's also some changes that have happened on YouTube. So I don't know if you've heard, there's been a huge controversy on YouTube advertisers have pulled out of advertising on YouTube because Wall Street Journal did an article about how certain advertisers were getting, their advertisements were getting placed on videos with controversial topics, such as hate speech. And so there's been a huge ripple throughout the community and that's greatly affected channels bigger than mine. It doesn't really affect mine right now because I'm not really making any money off of it. However, it has affected bigger channels. And what that has caused YouTube to do is YouTube's gotten a lot stricter on their their algorithm that essentially detects whether or not a video is appropriate for content. For advertising content, which unfortunately has caused a lot of people to lose advertising rights on a lot of their videos that actually aren't hate speech, which is disappointing. Again, it doesn't really affect me at this point, but it does give me pause onto the future of my channel. Another change that YouTube has made that I heard about right after I published the last channel update, literally, I think the same day after I published it, I learned about the fact that now creating 3 videos a day can be detrimental to your channel if they're not getting equal amount of views. Which right now my channel they are, but they're all getting very, very low views. So what that's going to do is actually ding my channel on the SEO. not all of the changes have been bad. They are starting to feature small channels on the front page again. They have a special feature where they feature like 2 or 3 a week or something like that. However, you have to have 1,000 subscribers to qualify for that. And so I currently don't qualify for that, and then the chance of actually getting picked is pretty slim. Essentially, just there's other YouTube changes. I'm not going to go too in depth. I don't even really know all of them, but I've been hearing more and more about different things that they've been doing. Some of it which affects my channel, some of it doesn't. So what that's kind of caused me to do is take a step back and reevaluate, because I really feel like YouTube is not taking care of their content creators. I've watched some videos that other YouTubers who have much bigger channels and make a full-time living off of it have posted on their thoughts about the changes and overall on YouTube over time, and they had some really compelling arguments that also gave me pause and made me want to step back from the YouTube and try to get an objective perspective on everything. So that's what I've kind of done, and that's what I've done in the last couple weeks. Unfortunately, because YouTube isn't really valuing their content creators and kind of rallying behind their content creators, the type of content that I like to create is going to actually be detrimental to my channel. A lot of my favorite YouTubers to watch, I watched because they did Let's Plays, and the kind of very minimal editing Let's Play style that I enjoy creating. And unfortunately, most of those YouTubers, because of changes that YouTube has made, have gone away from doing those types of videos, and everything that I have researched recently has pointed to the fact that they've done that, and I should do it because YouTube does not reward people that have those type of channels. But unfortunately, that's the type of content I like to watch, and that's the type of content I like to produce. So what does this mean? What does this all mean? So, well, in my real life, away from YouTube, I do really need to be focusing on growing my business and my income. After being unemployed for a year, I've accrued a significant amount of debt. I had almost paid off all my credit cards. I was doing really well on getting out of debt that I had accrued during my time in undergraduate school. And when I got laid off, I only had about $500 in savings, and that disappeared really, really quickly. And unfortunately, though I got to be on unemployment during the time and worked whatever odd jobs I could get, it was just barely enough for me to scrape by, and some months it wasn't enough. And so while I got my tax return back, I used that to catch up as much as I could. However, it wasn't enough to completely catch up, especially because over the last month I didn't have unemployment. I was able to get back on unemployment temporarily, despite the fact that I am working nearly full-time as a self-employed person, because I'm not making a full-time income. I called them and discussed my situation with them, and they said that yes, I would still qualify for another 14-week period, in which that would give me time to evaluate my business and try to get it to grow, or continue to look for a different part-time job to fill in the difference, to make the difference in my field. The advantage of unemployment is it allows you to find work in your field. Gives you time to find work in your field. Obviously, I couldn't find work in the town that I live in, which is why I created my business, which has been a huge blessing, and it's been a great thing. However, it just needs some time to grow and mature, and I need some time to learn what it is to run your own business. There's some stuff that I just didn't know how to do because I've never been in a position to do like some of the administrative stuff that I've had to do, like invoicing and how to track tax stuff. And thankfully I've been able to learn some of it, and I've got a friend who's been helping me out with some of that stuff as well. But that's partially been taking up a lot of time. So for the next couple months, I'm definitely going to have to be focusing on building my business enough so that when that unemployment ends, unless I find another part-time job, that when that unemployment ends, I have enough income coming in to support myself doing what I do full-time. Otherwise, I need to do some reevaluating in my life. So YouTube is kind of going to have to take a back burner during that time anyways. However, I also, just on the fact of YouTube, I just need to take the time to step back and decide if it's something I really want to continue to pursue. With all the changes and everything going on, I've been considering alternatives to how I've been doing it lately. Like, I know what to do and how to do it correctly to grow my channel. That's why my channel has grown the way it's grown is because I am very, very particular of the games I choose. I've studied that stuff before I decided to become a YouTuber. Before I decided to start creating content, I told myself I'm going to go all in on this, and I did, and I studied it, and that's why I was willing to go up to 3 videos a day. I know I took time off last summer because I was dealing with unemployment. I had to go work on some movies to help myself through that unemployment time and hopefully pursue maybe that as a potential career. That I might be working on some movies this summer as well, so that might throw a wrinkle into things. Although I haven't fully committed to it, I just said I would potentially be interested depending on what was going on with my business and what's going on. I also might be going to Massachusetts for 6 weeks to house sit for somebody that I know, and they're going to pay me a good amount of money to do so. Plus I'll get to visit an area of the United States I've never been to. I'll get to spend some time seeing Boston, and I'm maybe taking a vacation at the end. And thankfully my job is such as I can take my work with me and do it from there for the most part. So that's something that might happen this summer too. So I've got some stuff coming up that was going to make me have to kind of take a step back anyways at some point this summer. Not to mention, as I mentioned, it's something that I'm going to do during the summers anyways. I've just decided if I continue doing YouTube, unless I can do it full time without another business on the side, I'm going to eventually, in the summers, I'm not going to produce as much content. I enjoy being outside too much. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. So there's a couple options. One, I could stop doing Let's Plays and start doing heavily edited videos. Like, sort of like what I did with ARK, but it would probably be more edited than that. The problem with that is the more editing you do in a video, the more time you have to spend recording the video, and the more time you have to spend editing the video. So I would definitely have to drop down to 1 video a day, if not fewer. But I would still probably be putting the same amount of effort I have been putting into doing 3 videos a day. Because my system that I have right now means that it's pretty much about the time that I spend recording it plus 15 to 20 minutes. Because I batch edit, I can edit about, I can edit a week's worth of videos in about an hour, hour and a half. Because of the way that I edit and how I've got the system set up. I can, and then it just takes a couple, like a day, an 8-hour period probably to export all of that. And then I upload them, you know, the night before they need to go up. So right now, I don't see the point in doing that besides the fact that it's better for the channel growth. But those honestly aren't the type of videos that I want to do. It was something I did for the ARK series because it fit for ARK. And if there's a series that it fits better, for instance, Subnautica, I debated doing it, but I think that Subnautica still works as a, you know, minimally edited Let's Play series. So I don't know if that's an option I necessarily want to go down. The other option is just do the Let's Play videos, but reduce it down to maybe 1 video a day, if not less, maybe just Monday through Friday, and then I can still have my weekends to myself, which is something that I do need to protect some time for myself, especially as I have events coming up for the chamber that I'm a part of. Like there's a barn dance that we're doing this weekend that I have to go help set up Friday night, and then I'm going to be doing that on Saturday. Plus I do some of my business stuff on Saturdays and try to take Sunday off. But I could do YouTube potentially part of the day on Saturdays and then take Sunday off. I could figure out how to fit it in if it was less of a time commitment. And the biggest time commitment right now is the actual recording. The downside to that means that I could probably only cover about a max of 2 games at a time. Especially for games like Subnautica and like the long dark story mode's about to come out. That means that you guys might be watching the same 2 series for a month and a half. And I was trying to get away from that because I feel like the series has been running too long anyways, not necessarily long parts wise. I don't mind if we have a 50 or 60 part series because like I said, those are the type of videos that I like to watch. That's the content I like to watch. And so I'm trying to do that kind of content. But if it's taking us 6 months to get through 1 game, that's why I was going to up Subnautica to be an everyday video and up the other ones to more frequently, and then potentially eventually cut down to maybe 3 or 4 different games at a time. However, as I said, you would get punished. I would get punished for producing that much content anyways. So punished is not the right word. My SEO would suffer from producing that much content at this point. So one option is that I'm just going to cut back on the amount of content I create. Another option I've been considering is moving over to being a Twitch streamer. I'm not sold. Like I said, I love doing YouTube videos and I love consuming YouTube videos. I'm not a huge go and watch a stripped Twitch stream because I don't enjoy watching videos that have that interaction with other people. That's, to me, the Twitch was always a bonus for you guys, the chance for me to interact with you guys. But ultimately, I like doing the Let's Plays and the style of that. And those are the type of videos I like watching. However, Twitch does treat their content creators a lot better than YouTube does. And they support, I guess I should say, they support their content creators a lot better than YouTube does. It's also honestly harder to grow a Twitch channel. You have to be online a lot. And that's something I could potentially commit to. But the nice thing about YouTube versus Twitch, although Twitch, it's simple. All I have to do is jump on, start up a game, and start streaming. No big deal. Easy to do. Low setup. Then I just throw on the intro and the outro and throw it on YouTube. However, with YouTube, once it's on YouTube, my channel can grow without me being active on it. Even since in the 2.5 weeks that I've taken a break, I've got probably 10 more subscribers. And that's without me being on. But on a Twitch channel, very rarely do you get subscribers when you're not streaming. So it's kind of, the other thing about YouTube is I can record the videos at any time. If I decide to stay up late one night and record for 3 hours and then edit it 2 days later, I can do that. With a Twitch, I kind of have to have a set schedule. And with what's going on in my life right now, I don't know if that is a decent option. So anyways, those are some of the options that I am looking at. Pretty much what's going to happen is I'm not giving up on YouTube yet. I'm not quitting. I want you guys to hear that I'm not quitting. You might see some inconsistency from me over the next few months. Definitely at least until winter. And you're going to see me trying some things out. So I might try out a couple different series styles to see if I like them. I might try out a more edited series. I might try to do Twitch streams and only put the VODs on. Because I need to figure out what works for me in this new context of all the changes of YouTube and what's going on. And if I do decide to take a permanent step back or more permanent step back, I don't think I'll ever completely quit YouTube. I'm always going to miss it because I do miss it. Even the last 2 weeks, I miss creating content for you guys. But if I do decide that it's time to take a longer term step back, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll do another video. I'll visit with you guys about it. I just asking for you guys to be a little bit patient with me over the next couple months while I try different things out. You might see, 2 weeks of a ton of content and then a week of no content as I kind of evaluate that. Or you might see a ton of Twitch streams and then very little Twitch streams. So I'm going to play with a couple different things. I'm going to see what my schedule has time for. I don't know exactly when I'm going to start rolling content out again. I do have some content that I had recorded that I just haven't got to editing that I will be trying to edit over the next week and to finish putting up some of those series. I want to wrap up some of our series like Sproggywood. I really want to wrap that up. We're so close to ending the game. I'd really like to complete the game. Darkest Dungeon I'm going to just drop to the wayside because I feel like it's such a grindy game that you're going to get bored of it anyways. Same with Crashlands. There's about like 7 of you that have been loyally watching Crashlands, and that's why I haven't ended the series already. But at this point, I need to cut back on content no matter what I do. So Crashlands will be over. Brogue, we were kind of already decided to wrap that up. Trying to think of the other series. Subnautica will continue because I am really enjoying the game and really want to get back into it. The Long Dark will finish up that live stream the next time I live stream, which I can't tell you when that's going to be. But I will try to announce it on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, now would be the right time to follow me on Twitter because that's where I'm going to be announcing different news based on what I'm trying out and what's going on. And if I'm going to Twitch stream or if I'm going to put out content, you'll see it there first. So follow me on Twitter if you haven't. The link's in the doobly-doo down below. It's down below. Down there. Anyway, yeah, that's about everything I have for you guys. I hope that you can be a little bit patient with me. Thank you for being patient with me over these last couple weeks while I took a time to evaluate. I wanted to talk to you guys sooner, but I really needed time to really think through what was going on and what my decision was going to be. And I honestly don't have a real decision yet, but I can give you guys an idea of my thought process and kind of where I'm going to be going with the channel for now and what I'm going to be trying. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a message in the comments below. Tell me what you think of this. Tell me what you think of the YouTube changes. What direction do you think I should try? Do you have any ideas for something that you'd like to see on the channel? Let me know down below. And if you haven't yet, but you would like to jump into this crazy ride and see where things go over the next couple months and what happens with the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.